With stealth, however, I feel my criticisms have been somewhat addressed. Like Deathstroke, Bruce in this map doesn't have a cape, and so the player is required to jump around the arena and generally consider their movement through spaces more carefully. This is rendered somewhat trivial by the complete abundance of gargoyles around the map, but I still feel like it does just enough to make the player feel like they're learning something new to be a worthwhile change. The amount of gadgets that you have at your disposal is also significantly reduced and switched up from the main game, which, combined with some of the goals that the maps want you to perform, requires the player to familiarize themselves with what some of the new gadgets are and what they do. This is good for incentivizing players to play in the most fun way possible, as opposed to them simply silently taking down the entire room. To this end, Initiation introduces armored enemies to stealth, which you cannot silently take down at all. You must either find a more creative way of defeating them, or take them down how you would in combat. But since stunning and beating them is loud and requires a lot of time, you must either manage to isolate them, a difficult task in these relatively small arenas, or leave them for last. Just to up the threat level of these enemies a little bit more, sometimes they'll even have snipers, which converts them from an enemy type that was previously exclusively relegated to the open world. Here, however, the player is forced to decide how and in what order they're going to take down their targets. I like how this makes the player consider their actions, and how it helps with this feeling that you're a version of Bruce Wayne that is significantly more underpowered than we're used to seeing. As opposed to combat, which can break my immersion slightly while still being a fun time. Hi, hello, editor's note here, I somehow forgot to talk about concentration mode. I would just absolutely love to know at what point in the chronological timeline did Batman forget that he can just see people through walls by focusing really hard? Excuse me?